The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Cut. Cut is the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states. Head to cut.com, that's KUTT.com, and use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Play their fantasy pick'em for a chance to win 100x in NBA, NHL, college basketball, and more. Sign up today using promo code SGPN to get a 100% deposit match. We're also brought to you by Champs. Run your own March Madness pool and enter Champs free bracket contest for a chance to win $1,000. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs to enter today. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN and get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today.
Screen. Garland uses it. Garland goes behind the back. Jared Allen on a kick. Wade. Splash! Blew the whistle on Tatum.
And how about the fact that Jared Allen had the presence to know what was on that shot clock. And
LeVert, 10 to shoot. Now it's Garland. Drive to the rim. Left hand, no.
The shot, but how about this play here off the attack? Dean Wade just comes flying in for that offensive.
I think that said enough.
What a game for Dean Wade.
Of course, the Boston Celtics, like the white guy, be the savior of the team.
Are you saying that Dean Wade has a lot of Boston Celtics energy? Is that what you're trying to say?
Hey, man, I'm just saying, I find it highly ironic that Dean Wade was the one that saved the team last night.
Well, Strus was tired from a week ago, so they had to get somebody else to do it,
Hey, man. Yo, so your leading scorer is out. Your second leading scorer can't hit anything. Your third
Mobley got injured.
Your third leading scorer gets hurt. And then Dean Wade comes and saves the day with a 20-point quarter. At least the defense was good.
Was it good? Got killed in the fourth quarter. It was good for 3 quarters.
I mean, everybody outside of Dean Wade shot 39%.
I'm sure the Celtics will feel thrilled about that in the film room right after the game. Held everybody else to below. Yeah, that's
everybody else outside of Dean Wade shot 39%. Like, how do you lose that game?
It's a great question. What Tatum go in the second half again? Like 1 of 8, 1 of 9.
And you already know how they're switching the narrative. They're talking about this team needed some adversity and fluke and reps, all this stuff. Come on, man. You got outscored by one guy 20-17 in the fourth quarter. First of all, let's just stop. Let's stop there. You scored 17 points in the fourth quarter.
That's where I was going to start, yeah. We've criticized this Boston offense, especially in close games late for, I don't know, how long? 3-4 years at this point? I mean, it's been a common issue with Tatum and Brown. In close games, this team goes a bit stagnant. Now, Boston was rolling. And it seems like, I was going to say, it seems like despite that fact, late in games, they are just incapable of looking sharp in close games. And even in the winning streak, they won every game via blowout. So nothing's really changed.
You never knew what happened in the fourth quarter because they didn't have to play a fourth quarter.
Pretty much. But, I mean,
hey, man, it's not about the quantity of the losses. It's about the quality of your losses. And yeah. I mean, like you said, that fourth quarter is dangerous.
It definitely is. I'll leave it on this last point. I still think it's going to be very difficult for teams to beat Boston in a 4 out of 7 series, obviously. Having said that, is the secret just being good in the first 3 quarters or being decent in the first 3 quarters?
Yep.
And then just letting nature repeat itself? Because it kind of feels like that's what the strategy is.
I mean, if I'm any other team, it's hey, let's be in there. Let's have a close game. And the thing is, yeah, JR is talking about it. They were up 22 in the fourth. So it's not even like the close game narrative even works all the time because they were up 22 in the game and ended up blowing it. So it's like, man, you can lose a game. Like, I don't know, man. If you can lose a game like that, 22 in the fourth, I can only imagine if it's a 5-point, 6-point game and teams just hanging around. And that's what you're telling your locker room. Like, let's just hang around with this team. Let's put ourselves in position in the fourth and let's have a really good fourth quarter. I mean,
And that's what Miami did last year. Miami did the exact same thing. And it feels like Boston got Drew Holiday. They tried to make some pieces, but you have to wonder how much of it is just Tatum and Brown constantly turning invisible in close games. And we've seen this for a couple years. So
if you don't know who you're talking to, you know me, you know the voice of the guy. It's me, really real, villain real. It's Rough from Virginia here at your service. And I'll say this here is that I wish I had more on the money line. I wish I had a whole unit on there. That's the only thing that's the only thing I regret from last night. I wish I had a full unit on the money line. I did.
we're still talking about the Cavs, right? You're going to talk about
Yep.
Phoenix?
No, I'm talking about the Cavs. Phoenix is. I mean, it just seems. You know what? Before Scott Studio Reichel, Scott, I'm gonna let you get off. I took the floor with the Celtics. I'll let you get off on the Suns.
Scotty, beat me up.
That was kind of pause.
Surprise.
Yeah, pause accepted. So looking at the actual Suns Nuggets game from last night, the Nuggets were getting killed. Phoenix is one of the worst fourth quarter teams in the entire league, and they were awful in the fourth quarter. And then Durant bailed them out really, really badly because Durant couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat the entire game. And then he caught absolute fire late in that fourth quarter, hit that big three over Aaron Gordon. Joker missed that runner or whatever you want to call it. That was close, but it missed whatever. And then Phoenix came out and buried him in overtime. That's kind of how it went. Beal made a couple of shots, but Durant could not miss down the stretch. I believe he had 8 points in overtime. I think Durant finished with, a pretty interesting stat line. He finished with 35 points on 34 shot attempts, which is disgusting. But the point is he made all the shots late. So Durant came through. Nurkic was solid. He fouled out, but he did have 12 rebounds, 6 assists. He only had 7 points, but he did a good job against Joker early in that game. Murray was good. He had 28. Porter Jr. was good as well. So it just seemed like Phoenix did enough at the way end to blow the entire lead and then survive at the end. But Grayson Allen had 28 points. Shout out to him. Beal wasn't very good, but he had a couple of shots in overtime there. Yeah, not really much more to add. It was a game that Phoenix kind of needed to at least, I guess, mentally show that they're not going to completely roll over and die in the playoffs. And they got a nice win without Booker. So that was a good step-up game for them. As for Denver, it's a bad loss because you were against a Phoenix team that was shorthanded. It was more of an effort thing because they were down 20 and change in the, before the fourth quarter. So Denver had a bit of a no-show. They tried to get themselves out of it at the end. They did, but they ran out of gas in overtime. So my overall takeaway, good win for Phoenix.
I don't think I trust either one of these two teams, to be honest.
You're talking about long-term or you're talking about...
Well, and I'm talking about, like, in terms of winning the championship. I don't think I trust either one. Like,
I don't trust Phoenix at all. Denver just did it, so I'm obligated to trust this team. But I recognize the bench unit.
No, fuck that. Because teams do it every year, and they don't go back and do it again. So that means nothing. If anything, that we should go ahead and eliminate them, because when's the last time somebody outside of LeBron James or the Golden State Warriors repeated?
It's been a long time. I have to actually think about that one for a second. I mean, are you including the Spurs or are you not including the Spurs?
I mean, yeah.
If you throw out all dynasties,
forever.
Yeah.
If you call, like, I mean, if you throw out dynasties, like, I mean, and maybe this Nuggets team is a dynasty. I don't think so. I think that they had a good year, but like, teams don't go out and repeat. Like, when's the last time we saw a team repeat? Like, seriously, like, LeBron and Steph and these, high caliber players make it seem like everybody can just do this super easy. Everybody thought Giannis would have 2-3 rings by now. And look at Giannis over there struggling. Well, they're playing better now, but I'm just saying, like, struggling with the Milwaukee Bucks to get back. Like, I don't know. It's not.
It
I
kind of
don't
depends.
trust them. I
It
don't
depends
trust
how you
anybody.
look at it, because you can have some issues with Denver. Then again, they also came back from 22 down, so there's two ways to look at it. But I still think they were missing a score, maybe off the bench, maybe just somewhere, but they never addressed that issue. So I didn't suddenly forget that that was the problem I had with this team. The point is, though, if you're looking at the Western Conference and you're looking at all the teams that have question marks next to them, Denver is still probably the best team in the West. So that's
Mhm.
why you'd feel likely to still trust them, because they have the best player in the league, and the West is full of a bunch of talented but flawed teams, which I think is a pretty fair description of the West.
And it's Denver not also a talented but flawed team.
They are, but I'm saying
Yeah,
at
so
least they have
that's
the
what I'm
best
saying. So
player on the
how is
court.
Denver any higher than anybody else? And that's literally what the West is: talented but flawed. And honestly, truly, they're all equal for me. Like I can't make anything out of the West right now because I truly don't think any of them deserve to win.
That's fair. I just think Joker's Joker. So I think that if you had to pick one person or one team that would be favored over the others, you would take the best duo in the entire league, or
And just
one of the
because
best
they're
duos in the
favored
entire league.
over them doesn't mean that they're going to win because the Boston Celtics were favored over the Cleveland Cavaliers last night and they did not win.
Yeah, Denver was favored yesterday too. They also lost. The two TV
They
games were kind
also
of nuts
lost.
last night.
So just because you're favored doesn't mean you're going to win it all. Cut
Correct.
is the peer-to-peer social betting platform that's US-based and available in 40 states. Social betting is new and a better way to bet. They offer lower VIG and fully customizable odds, so you can create your own bets. I know that we go to the Mothership Pod and Real Money Kramer and Stacking the Money Green have some bets out there to see who has a better betting day. You can bet whether you take Sean, whether you take Kramer. You can do all of that. We might have to get down on some of that on Cut. Make sure that you use Cut because they handle the payment side of things. You don't have to chase people down for money, use a baseball bat, anything like that. Cut's going to make sure you get paid and you can get rewards. So download the Cut app or go to cut.com, and that's KUTT.com. Use promo code SGPN for a 10% deposit bonus. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Whether it's picking your favorite players higher or lower, you can use spicy plays to win up 100 times your money. You can also make rival picks. You can do all of that with Underdog Fantasy, the easiest place to play fantasy sports and also the fastest growing fantasy sports app. Look, I'm trying to tell you, we always do it. We do it here. We're going to give you a 3-pick 'em entry for Underdog to hopefully go out there and make some money, like make some cash. So absolutely tap in. Also, this is an opportunity for you to go out and get some free money with promo code SGPN. Your first deposit will be doubled up to $100. I'm sorry. Make sure you use that NBA SGPN promo code. Make sure it comes to us. Make sure we get the credit for it. NBA SGPN promo code. First deposit up to $100. That's NBA SGPN to get your first deposit doubled up to $100. Must be 18 or older and present in the state where Underdog operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. All right. Here we go. Let's get into the 8 games we have on the schedule tonight. First game up on the docket, 7 p.m. on the East Coast. We have the Orlando Magic on the road going to play the Washington Wizards. Magic opened up at 7. They stayed true at 7. 224.5 is the total here. Injury report for these two teams. And we have for the Orlando Magic, nothing much to report. They did play a back-to-back. Was it yesterday? Did they play? Yeah, play yesterday.
Yeah,
right?
they killed Charlotte.
Yeah, it was Hornets. All right, so questionable tag under Gary Harris, questionable tag under Jonathan Isaac. We'll see if they play because of injury maintenance. And for the Washington Wizards, Marvin Bagley is out. I'm pretty sure. Is it 3 and 9? Are they 3 and 9? I feel like that's the number. What's the number of the Magic straight up with no rest this season?
I know it's not very good.
Yes, I know it's not. And wait,
I don't think it's Indiana bad. I think Indiana's still like the worst in the league on back-to-backs, but I don't think Orlando's good in that area.
Here we go. So we have Washington is worst in the league. They have not won on the back-to-back all season. Indiana's a couple spots above them at 2 and 9. Orlando, yep, I was right, 3 and 9. figured that was what the number was. 3-9 straight up for the Orlando Magic on the rest. Let's look at the ATS numbers. I think the ATS numbers are slightly better. Yeah, 6-6. So 6-6 ATS, 3-9 straight up. They're favored by 7, playing the Wizards, who aren't good at home, aren't good anywhere. But hey, Tennessee to cover the spread.
I'm assuming you're going to lean to Washington because Orlando's just bad on back-to-backs.
And it's just more of Washington. Like, I don't know. I feel like Washington is kind of in this weird lane where like you can get a cover, you cannot get a cover. Like, I think the number might just be too low. I really like them when they're getting double digits, but I feel like I get burned if I'm getting anything less, and I think that they're still going to cover and potentially not win, because I'm still all in on this Washington team just not winning games. Like, Utah was the one but now they're just not going to win games, and I'm going to cash this with this fewest wins bet.
So you're leaning Orlando.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, both teams good defensively. I'll tell you what I am playing. I'm playing the under 224.5. I think that's the only thing that I feel good about.
I think I'm going to disagree with you there on the total, just solely based on the head-to-head meetings so far. The head-to-head meetings have been insane between these teams. First meeting landed 259. Second meeting landed 255. Third meeting landed 246.
But that's
so all three meetings
in November and December. That was
I know it was a while back, but
Washington plays way better defense now. Washington plays way better defense than in that point in the season.
So you say that, but they've allowed 123 plus points in 4 straight games. So
yeah,
they were better defensively, but over the past week or two, they
go and they play Utah, who, despite having no defense, is one of the top offenses. The Clippers are one of the top offenses. The Lakers are no slouch, and they still kept that game close, scoring 131 of their own. I mean, you Golden State Warriors, who are incredibly hot, and then they played Cleveland, who was also one of the hottest teams in the league. So, like, I mean, do I blame them right now? No, but I've seen it. I've seen this team look better since the trade deadline. Like, just the eye test, the team looks better. It doesn't always fall in their favor because you can't win every game, but this team looks better. And so I think I'm against you. I'm on the under.
Okay, I'll lean over based on the head-to-head meeting so far, but I think I am going to lean to Washington. I'm not going to bet it. Orlando's the better team, obviously, but they are really bad on back-to-backs. And I am wondering if the Wizards at this point in the season are so bad that teams are automatically just overlooking them. If they're just looking at the actual schedule going, oh, the Wizards, oh, that's a free win. And then maybe they'll sleepwalk it. Orlando does have the Knicks on the road on deck. Now, there is a day off in between, but that is the Friday game. And I know the Knicks are falling apart. Sorry for you, but still. Point is that we know the Magic and the Knicks always have physical games. They're always close. Do I think a part of Orlando might be overlooking the Wizards? I do. Do you? I mean, the Knicks and the Magic, I don't want to call rivals, but you know what I mean. Like, there's a physical nature of their head-to-head meetings. So I think Orlando might be overlooking them on a second night of a back-to-back. That's kind of my point.
Potentially, but they handle business against Charlotte. It's like, they're really...
Well, Charlotte can't score, to be fair. At least the Wizards can score. Charlotte is useless offensively. So I'm going to lean over, and I'm going to lean to the Wizards, but I'm not going to bet this game.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'd agree there are better games on the slate, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick with the fewest wins bet. I'll take Orlando -7 just for the hell of it. But
cool.
I feel better about the Wizards when they're catching double digits than anything else, and so that's really just the thing for me. I just don't think it's enough points there. But
I just think it's correlated. I think if Orlando actually covers, it's mentioned in the chat, but I think if Orlando's going to help send the game over, I think Washington covers. I don't think Washington can guard anybody. That's where we disagree on this. But I think if the Wizards are going to send this game over with the Magic, they probably keep it close. That's kind of my argument. I think Orlando's going to win, but I think they'll win by 5, give or take.
All right. Play props. Anything else in this one? We got the Denny on Monday. I called for Denny Avdia double.
That was a good price.
Yeah. Yep, +350, and we got it. No Marvin Bagley. Wendell Carter is a shell of a man ever since Patrick Beverly called him out. I think we're
Beverly and Portis on the same team, by the way. They're just such a funny combo. But
My mic just-
Unrelated. I'm trying to think of what else I really want to take in this game. Like, nobody can guard Paolo, right? I mean, I'm trying to think of who on the. I'm really trying to think of who would be able to actually guard him on this Wizards team. Avdi is going to try, but Banchero, of course, we know is bigger. One prop I mentioned in the last show that I probably will have to consider taking again. I got to mention Franz with the threes. I know the under 1.5 threes is at like minus 170, but if you can even find like an under half a three, he's made 0 3-pointers in 4 straight, 0 3-pointers in 5 of 6. He can't shoot. I don't know what happened to Franz, but his 3-point ball completely deteriorated. And I gave it out against Charlotte, and he made 0 again. So I'll keep riding it. You remember last year when Banchero made like 1 3-pointer in an entire month? Remember that happened? Banchero just forgot to shoot threes for like a month.
I mean, but that was never really a part of his game.
No, correct. But there was like
I think
1
that's
month.
The only thing. I think that's the only thing that would deter me from like playing that consistently is just that Franz Wagner, that's actually a part of his game, and he can take that shot. He's just in the slump. But like by Carroll, that was never really.
I'm just saying there was one month last year where he just could not hit a shot from the outside to save his life, and I kept giving up on Banchero unders because he kept going under. Wagner in the last 10 games is shooting 14% from 3.
Yeah, that's brutal.
14%. The over half a 3 is minus 350. So if you want to go for a long shot here, you can probably find under half a 3 at like plus 270, give or take. I mean,
he said laddering unders. That's crazy.
I mean, I gave out the Dylan Brooks under for points yesterday, and he had 0. So I have done pretty decently with the unders recently. But Franz, if you want to give me 250, 270 on under half a 3, and he's gone under in 4 straight, I'm going to keep taking it. So I'll go with the Franz Wagner under in 3s.
A reverse ladder. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can go up or down a ladder, but like maybe it's an anchor. Maybe we call it an anchor.
That works.
We're anchoring Franz Wagner today.
Well, I can't anchor. I can't anchor it because it's at a half.
No,
I can't go any lower. So I'm already at the bottom floor.
What do you call it? Let's ask the people. What do we call a reverse ladder? What do we call a reverse ladder? There's got to be a term for it. I feel like it can't just be ladder. But anchor kind of like I don't know. I'm iffy about it. If somebody gives a better idea, I would 100%.
I don't mind anchor, but I think people refer to anchor as like the main play of the ladder. I think that's what people call the anchor. So that might be a term already used.
Oh, really? Do people say that?
I've heard some people say
sense.
that.
I guess it makes sense. You're anchored by like, hey, I got the anchor of
like this is the base, and we're gonna go from there. So some people call that as the anchor, but we'll figure it out. Can we just start calling it the "this guy sucks" ladder? Can we just start doing that? This guy sucks. Can we just do it? Like that's the whole premise of the ladder anyway. If you're gonna.
What if he doesn't suck? What if it's just like he's hurt and we're taking advantage of him being hurt?
Adam might be on to something. He's saying shoots and ladders. Can we call it a shoot? Can we call it a shoot?
Oh yes. That's it. Yes, that's it.
It's either a shoot or a slide. We can do one or the other. Yeah, shoots or slides we can do.
Hey,
that's fine.
What was the joint that SpongeBob and Patrick was playing? Eels and
escalators. Yeah, eels and escalators. All right. You want to call it an escalator?
Eels.
Fine. We can call it an escalator if you want to.
I can definitely start calling it escalator. Hey, I can definitely start calling eels and escalators.
That's fine.
I'm 100% for it. We are trendsetters here.
That works. But do you have any other props you like?
Denny Avdia. I'm back. I'm rolling back. Denny Avdia rebounds. I just think that it's a pretty good spot, especially with Marvin Bagley expected to be out for this one. I think and the thing is, early in that game, I think it was like in the second quarter. It might have been in the first half. He had like one. Like he wasn't cooking on the ladders at all, and then he just started rolling and getting them, and that's pretty much where I have Denny Avdia. So I'm gonna roll back Denny Avdia on the rebounds again.
Sure.
And I like Paolo. You talked about Paolo Banchero. I like his points. All right. Cleveland on the road after a 20-point Dean Wade fourth quarter to go play the Atlanta Hawks, who got the win against the lowly, hurt, injured, battered, bruised, beaten New York Knicks. Hawks are laying 2.5 here. 215 is the total. Total's dropped. Wow. 215 is total. We'll see about basically, well, it seems like Evan Mobley's not going to play. Could be
Oh,
wrong.
he was on
but
crutches. Like he's
yeah,
gonna
but
be out
no,
for a
but
couple
people
weeks.
have been on crutches and played the next day. Like out of precaution, they have put people on crutches in a boot, whatever, and they played. But I really, really I highly, highly doubt that Evan Mobley is playing in this game.
I think he's out for
And
a couple
I'm
weeks.
getting to the
but-
point that Evan Mobley might be the next installment of Professor Glass. Might be. Not going to start it now, but might be the next installment of Professor Glass. He's got one more season to see this happen. We'll see about Max Strus. We know Donovan Mitchell's not going to play. And for the Atlanta Hawks, no Trae Young. We know that's not going to happen. We know we're not going to see Onyeka Okongwu. And I think that we probably should see about the same lineup for the Atlanta Hawks. Nothing on the radar of anybody expected to miss that played yesterday. So, all right. Do we fade the Cavs after that win?
I'm not laying points with Atlanta.
Yeah.
If you want to lay points, have fun, but that's not me.
I'm glad we can just go ahead and just make that really quick. I thought we was going to have a conversation.
No, my favorite play in this game is obvious. I'm taking Jared Allen rebounds. Mobley's not there. It's time for Allen to go nuts again.
He's back.
He's back. We got to take the Afro. We got to take the Afro, man.
Oh,
I'll take
man.
his rebounds.
We got to escalator his ladders. Ladders. Wow.
No, you got to ladder his rebounds. The escalator goes down.
Oh wait, the escalator. No, wait.
We were
goes
finding
down.
a
The escalator
reverse.
goes up.
No, escalator can also go down. The point is, we're trying to find a term for a reverse ladder. So you're laddering unders. We're not changing the name of the ladder.
Okay, so the escalator is the.
That's only a reverse.
Because
that's only going down.
Escalator is like you escalate up. No, I don't like that one. If we're going to use the,
you want to call it a slide? You want to go with the slide?
Yeah, shoots. We'll just stick with shoots.
Shoots. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So
shoots.
no,
shoots was cool. We're laddering. We're laddering.
Yeah. I think Allen's going to have a good game. That's my point. We've seen what he's done without Mobley. He had about a month and a half of sample size for that. He was incredible. So I'll go with Allen rebounds in this game, maybe PR. But I can't trust Atlanta. Yes, they had a good win against the Knicks. The Knicks are extremely injured. Brunson didn't play either. So the Knicks have, I don't want to say a G League team, but it's rough right now. Atlanta, I saw them lose back-to-back games against the Nets. That's not good. That's a bit of a red flag there. I'll link to Cleveland. Yes, I know they got an emotional win against Boston, and they're traveling. I get it. But still, Atlanta's the worst point spread team in the league by a mile. I'm not laying 2.5.
Munoz said he's feel like he's getting dumber listening to the guys while driving. Well, you are typing in a YouTube chat about sports betting while driving, and we're the dumb ones?
You can get a ticket for that, by the way, Munaf. You're
like,
you know,
like
Munaf is trying to troll us so badly that he's risking traffic tickets, which I find a bold strategy. That's something. But, all right, cool.
Hey, man. I appreciate you risking your life to tell us that we're dumb.
That's cool.
He's gambling, texting, and driving at the same time.
Just remember, if the cop gives you a piece of paper, that's not a parlay. That's a traffic ticket. Just keep that in mind.
Hey, Munoz, you don't have to roll the window down. You can show him your ID through the glass. You don't have to roll the window down.
It's fine.
All right. Yeah, so it's clear cut. We're taking we did all that to say that it's clear cut. We're taking the Cavs. We're not laying points with the Hawks here. This is the worst team ATS in the league. And then they got a win last night. We're not laying Hawks.
I'm not.
Points with the Hawks here. I'm good. All right, 215 is the total.
I'm gonna lean over. Atlanta
Hawks team total under. Give me a Hawks team total under.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
I was gonna lean over anyway.
Defensive, even without Mobley, this is a good defensive team for the Cavs. And honestly, truly, I will fade the Atlanta Hawks, and being able to do this on a back-to-back, traveling from New York back to Atlanta after that win against the Knicks, who you hate, by the way, because they beat shit out of you in the regular season. You hate the Knicks, by the way. I am fading Atlanta being ready for this game. Again, first and third leading scorer for the Cavs are out in this game. Defense is going to take over, and yeah, what's the total? Let me get a number on that. Give me a Hawks team total under. That team total
it's going to be around
108.5.
Yeah, 108.5, give or take.
Yeah,
I mean
108.5. Give me the under. Give me the under. I think they struggle to get to 100.
I think I just like Cleveland team total over. Atlanta's defense is supposed to hold the team to below 110. Really? I know they had one good game against the Knicks, but we said before the Knicks are injured to hell and back. So Yeah, I'll lean the Cleveland team total over. We've seen this team shorthanded before. They've been pretty good shorthanded. That's why they won the massive winning streak. I'm going to lean team total over for Cleveland. Atlanta gave up 120-plus points to the Nets and then gave up 114 the game after. You know how hard it is to give up 114 in back-to-back games to the Nets? Like, I got to take Cleveland team total over. That number is so low. I have to take the over on that. The
Good
Nets.
point. Hey,
on,
good
man.
point. I'm not gonna lie to you. Good point. Good point. All right. Shout out to, hey man, we got 108 people listening. We're only at the 30-minute mark. Shout out to everybody, the 53 people on YouTube, the 20 people on my page, and the 35 people on your page, Scott. Shout out to you. All right. I see your question, Reed. Y'all taking D'Angelo Russell over. We will get to that at the
I
game.
am going to when we get to the game, but we didn't get there yet. So
why did you
for
bury the
show.
lead? You're supposed to bury the lead there, man. You just going out telling the plays. Now he doesn't have to listen. So if we get one person that drops from the stream, it's your fault because he doesn't have to listen because he knows we're on the over.
I'm assuming he's on my stream, so it's fine. He's not on your Twitter. He's on my Twitter, so it's fine.
We actually gained listeners, so shout out to that. 110. We're at 110 now. All right. Did we talk about Furman? That's really I had the same thing. I really didn't. I mean, somebody's got to score for the Cavs. I think it's Morrell. Is that how you say his name? Merrill?
I mean, Merrill's good from 3.
Merrill.
So I don't mind his.
Yeah,
threes,
you think it's Merrill from 3?
It can be. He led the NBA in threes on threes day.
I might have.
I don't see any Dean Wade props, but I'm assuming you just like the under on
so
Dean Wade.
Yeah, I was about to say we love shoots on the D Wade on the D Wade under prop. We're gonna shoot D Wade today. Well, wait, you can't say that. That sounds kind of bad. We shouldn't say that.
We're gonna slide.
We gotta find out.
No, that sounds
we're gonna slide
too.
on. Yeah, we're gonna slide on D. No, because then it's no.
That sounds weird too.
No.
We're gonna fade him. We're gonna fade him. We're gonna fade Dean Wade. We're gonna fade Dean Wade. If there's props, you probably won't get props. You think he starts actually with Mobley being out? Did they just give him the promotion?
Oh, for sure.
Just say,
for sure. No, but he was actually like a part of that starting lineup for a good portion of the year. Like, yeah, I know. But it was actually like a good portion of the year that he was in the starting lineup. So I think he actually could start, which would mean that we're probably gonna get a better line on Dean Wade.
Yeah, it's a good sell high spot. So that's what I'm looking at. We saw Strus the game after against Dallas. He did basically nothing. So I don't mind an under on Dean Wade too.
All right, we're fading D Wade with the shoot. I don't know what his prop is, but whatever it is, we're going to take it, and we're going to continue to go under.
He had to have been partying.
Yeah, the chat's cracking me up.
Guy 20 points in a quarter on national TV. He had to have been turning up last night.
Man, what? Like,
I would be me personally. I would,
and I'm not against the fact that Boston was doing this on purpose, and so now it's Atlanta. D Wade might score 0 tonight. All right, man. Next game on the slate. Well, before we do that, got to talk to you about champs. Look, everybody, 115 people in the stream. Make sure that you get in on a free March Madness bracket contest. It is 100% free, and you have a chance to win $1,000. If I just sat here and saw you on the street and said I give you a free $1,000, would you take it? Well, you have the opportunity to take it here by using champs and entering the March Madness contest for a chance to win $1K, and you can host your own March Madness pool on champs. You'll get an extra free entry into our contest. So if you go and you have your home league or your home bracket pool, any of that, and you host it on champs, they will give you another free entry in the contest. That's 2 chances to win $1,000. Tiebreakers are determined by who enters first, so make sure you register now and don't miss out. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/champs. Scott, I didn't know that the tiebreaker was whoever entered first. So now I need to go and try to do this right now. Like, man,
I didn't even know we had a contest. So I'm not gonna be the first one to sign up.
What?
But
you must not have did a tennis pod recently.
Oh, I did a tennis pod. It just didn't. I think we added that this morning. So I don't think it was there last night. So I did not do a read for that.
All right, Hall of Fame bets. Way to bet smarter this NBA season with Hall of Fame bets, sports betting analyst platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Research everything from NBA to soccer with historical stats and data. They have a revolutionary parlay optimizer tool where, look, you can place the legs of your parlay into Hall of Fame bets, and they are going to give you an expected probability for the parlay. They're going to break it down by leg, give you hit rates, everything. Stop betting in the dark and join the over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame bets. Download the Hall of Fame bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame bets. And also, Scott, on Monday, North Carolina goes live with sports betting. And we are having a kickoff party, Scott. We are having a kickoff party here on the NBA Gambling Podcast. You're free to join us on Monday if you would like to. You're free to join us. We're going to have a guest. We're going to have a whole bunch of times. We're going to have people that's just coming in and giving bets after bets after bets. So all my North Carolina listeners can get down on a great day of NBA action when North Carolina goes live Monday at noon. We'll probably push the show back 30 minutes, and then at noon is when it goes live. And I'll be here placing my first bets in North Carolina as soon as it goes live. So make sure you tap in with us for that next Monday. Everybody that's here, I should see all 119 people here with us next Monday. It's going to be a great show. A whole bunch of different cappers that are going to give you a whole bunch of great handicaps. And we're going to make a lot of money. A lot of money on Monday. I know it. I just know it. All right. Scott. Next game on the slate. The Memphis Grizzlies are traveling to Philly to play Philadelphia 76ers. Philly opened up -5. They're currently -6. 211.5 is the total here. Injury report for these two teams, and we have for the Memphis Grizzlies, Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable. Yuta Watanabe is out. No Desmond Bain, Marcus Smart, Zion Williams, Derrick Rose, Scottie Pippen, Brandon Clark, John Morant. And for the 76ers, Tyrese Maxey is in concussion protocol. It says TBD. I don't think he's going to play.
I don't think he's going to.
Concussions just move slower in the NBA than it does in the NFL. No Joel Embiid, you guys know. No DeAnthony Melton. No Robert Covington. All right.
I'm not laying 5.5 with Philly with travel. I just can't do it. Memphis is the same team for the last 3 months. The entire team's dead. The roster looks terrible. You look up and they're somehow competitive. Maybe not for the entire game, but at least for part of the game, they're competitive. I saw Oubre drop 30 last night. They lost to the Nets. But without Maxey, without Embiid, can you really lay 5.5? I really don't want to. I'm taking the points. The record is going to suggest this is not a toilet bowl, but based on the injuries, you can make an argument. I'm not going to, but
Philly's been pretty bad defensively.
I'm saying they've been bad, but you have Tobias Harris, who we know never really thrives in these step-up games. You have Oubre with 30 last night. Healed can have a decent assist game. He's been okay with Philly. I just have to look at the injury report and say, how am I supposed to take 5.5 on a back-to-back or lay 5.5 on a back-to-back with travel? I just can't do it. I'm going to lean to Memphis.
Cash, we can't. Hey, shout out to the guy that said there's no way the Knicks lose is -450 favorites last time out. Shout out to him. And he really gave me the motivation to just go ahead and get down on Memphis money line. I was pretty confident in the spread. And by the way, I don't think Brooklyn was covering that spread once at all.
Well, you have the words Nets and -450 favorite, which is a serious red flag in general. But yes, they ended up losing that game at home. So, I mean, do you want to take Philly?
I'm rolling with Memphis. I feel so much better that Jaren Jackson Jr. is potentially playing too. Like, I'm rolling with Memphis. I'm not even questioning this. I'm really not. Casey has another stat in here. I think I missed one of Casey's stats earlier. My bad, Casey. But Casey has another stat in here. Road dogs under 500 who won the previous road game as a dog are 176, 125, 4 ATS since 1995. Grizz.
I think he meant 5.5, but
okay.
Still.
Yeah, I was about to say, what 8.5 did you get? You see, I look back down like, whoa, what 8.5 did you get? Yeah, take the Grizz today. That's what that's saying. And basically saying that bad teams who won their previous road game, they're starting to figure it out a little bit. And they're going to go and probably, be competitive in a couple games. Then they're going to go back to being bad again. That's what I feel like they're saying. Fair. That's my interpretation of that trend. All right. Let's see here. So, yeah, I'm on Memphis +6, and I'm sprinkling on the money line. I really think they're live to win this game. Memphis plays good defense. Philly does not. and Philly is actually bad enough defensively. Actually top towards the bottom third of the league in the last 5 games. And I think they're bad enough that Jaren Jackson Jr. could, if he plays, he could have a good game. You're looking at some of the options that this Memphis team has. And it's not like I need them to go out there and score 120 points. They could score 110 points and win this game pretty comfortably. So yeah, I'm all over Memphis here. 211.5 is the total. Give me a
I'm
Philly
leaning
team
under.
total under. Philly team total under. I'm just gonna keep taking. I'm gonna keep taking the team total under against teams playing Memphis.
We've seen
Because
a lot
it's
of lower
constantly-
totals.
Yeah, and
recently.
it's lower totals. They're always favored by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. So they're always getting a bump because of that. And then Memphis always holds teams what's the last 5 games look like?
I mean, there's
They've
an
been
effort
pretty
there.
good.
Memphis is good
10
defensively, so
102 to Brooklyn, 107 and a loss, 122 and a loss, 110 and a loss, 111 and a loss. See, outside of the 122, you're struggling to score against this team. I like my chances.
I'm with you. I like the under.
Player props.
I'm not going to take many overs in this game, so I got to figure out which under I want.
Is there any shot Tobias Harris gets going in this? Can we fade Tobias Harris today? Is there a chance that Tobias Harris gets going, or are we just hating?
I'm not a Tobias Harris guy. I can't say that it's hating because he constantly never steps up when guys are out. It's been a thing for him for the last couple of years. That's why Philly fans can't stand him. It's because he's who he is. He's never going to elevate his game. He will give you a pretty standard 15-6, 17-6, and that's kind of how he's going to do every game. Doesn't matter who's in the lineup. Statistically speaking, Tobias Harris has actually been worse with Embiid being out. Which you can argue, Embiid opens stuff up for other guys, but still, at some point with Embiid being out, there's so many extra shot attempts. You figure Tobias would have to bump his numbers up to some degree. He hasn't. He's been worse with Embiid being out. So I've never been a Tobias Harris guy. He's not awful, but I have to at least point out that he has a certain ceiling, and he rarely, if ever, exceeds it. I think we'd agree on that. He's a pretty standard small forward, power forward.
And after the Dallas game, and it was a game. Who did they play before that? He had a good game too. Who was it? Who was it that they played before Dallas? Charlotte. It was Charlotte. So after the Dallas game and the Charlotte game, where he had his 2 games, 2-3 games that he gives you for the month of him being really good, then he just kind of goes back to being kind of okay. I kind of actually feel okay with taking the under on Tobias Harris today. Is that 20?
I like Oubre today. If we had to go for overs, Oubre had 30 last game. We know Oubre is never afraid to shoot the ball, so I like Oubre in the spot.
Yeah, I like Oubre too. Oubre could. Yeah, I agree. All right. So, yeah, I'll take the Tobias Harris under 20.5 today. I'll do it.
If they post a market on the leading scorer in the game, I probably will consider taking Oubre because I don't know who the hell is going to be the leading scorer. Give me a guy that's going to shoot the ball maybe 20 times. So, worth consideration.
It was scored 107 last night. And Oubre had 30. That's really insane for everybody else. But all right. Shout out to the Pistons, too, by the way. We didn't get to talk about that, but shout out to the Pistons. Cover. Kind of wish they won. A win I would be feeling so good about the Wizards' fewest wins if they got.
I know Munaf and I gave out the Heat. We gave out the Pistons. Plus the points, but I think I said I had the Heat by 7. They won by 8. Close enough.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Same idea.
All right. Let's move on. Next game on the slate, we have the Los Angeles Clippers on the road going to play the Houston Rockets. Clippers open up -6. They're currently -6.5. 223 is the total. Injury report for these two teams, and we have for the Clippers, whenever I find them, there they go. Russ, fractured hand, not playing. Rockets, Torrey Eason out for the season. Hey, bro. This is how I know that Victor Oladipo didn't rock with the Rockets at all, and I was completely right. Is because Steven Adams was on the bench. He's on the bench during these games, and he's out for the season.
He's out for the season. He hasn't played a game with the team. No.
Hey man, and he's on the bench. Like he's on the bench consistently. And Victor Oladipo was just not with the team. He was in Boston watching the game. Like that's what
I got to give Steven Adams some bonus points for that. You're on the bench
Yo.
every game for a team you haven't played a game for. I got to give you props for that. That's
And
just
then
good team. That's a
37
good
and
team right there.
34. Like
Yeah.
what? He's on the bench every game. All right. That's hilarious, man. I thought that was so funny when I was watching the game. And I'm like, is that Steven Adams over there? How many times has he been doing this?
Good for him. Good teammate. Very, very good teammate.
Oh boy. All right. Hey man.
One's on a back-to-back. That's really the question here, because I would obviously be on Houston if they weren't on a back-to-back. The question is, do you care?
How at this point, how do you trust the Clippers?
I don't. I was going to take Houston anyway at home.
Yeah.
But I was asking you if the back-to-back scared you off.
But why is this line moving towards the Clippers? Like, who is out here saying that, hey, we should 100%? And I mean, granted, there was a point where it was Clippers or no bet because they were rolling so hard. But like, I gotta see it.
We see streaks every NBA season. The Clippers are on a downswing. They had a nice win against the Timberwolves in a game that you could argue should have lost because Harden traveled before the game-winning assist, but that's a separate story. And then the game after that, they no-showed, from what I remember. So I don't want to back the Clippers at this point. I feel like they're a team that can win, but definitely not win by margin right now. Maybe they'll figure it out. We know Houston's very good at home, like very, very good at home. So I think that's a good sign. Şengün really had 45 last night against Wemby. I know Wemby's injured. 45 and 16.
Oh yeah,
Şengün went nuts last night.
He was so good.
He was so good.
The question is that we know that teams have these upswing, these downswings, and all that. But the great handicappers can call when the team is about to go back on the opposite side of that. And it's just like it kind of feels like this. Like that was an embarrassing loss by the Bucks. The fact that Giannis didn't play, me and Moonoff were sitting there talking. I was talking to Moonoff. I'm like, this line kind of fishy. Like it's kind of fishy towards the Bucks. And then Giannis was out, and the line completely flipped. And then the Clippers were a favorite, and then the Bucks go out and cover the original line anyway. So
they were getting killed, and then they took over the fourth quarter. So Dame at 40 and change. I can't trust the Clippers
man.
Here.
That's an embarrassing loss.
I can't trust the Clippers here. I'm gonna have to go with the Rockets.
I'm not gonna bet this game because as I look at the schedule, this would be a very good time to kind of get rolling again. You play the Clippers, then you got to go home, and this is the last road game.
The Rockets,
so you get up for
right?
this. Yeah, the Rockets. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You're playing the Rockets. This is the last road game, and then you're about to go to a 3-game homestand where you get Chicago, Milwaukee again, and Minnesota again. And that's where you can kind of get some more confidence about yourself. So I'm not going to bet this game because I am kind of actually slightly worried that the Clippers turn it around, but I can't have any faith in them. I can't have any faith in them for the full game after seeing that fourth quarter of the last game. Like that was really, really bad.
I get the points you're making. When in doubt, I'm going to take the points, especially with a team that's that good at home. I just think 6.5 is too many.
I even kind of wanted to talk myself into a Clippers first half line, but the Clippers aren't good in the first half. Last 10 games in the first half on the road, the Clippers are 2-7-1. And at home, the last 10 games, the Rockets 6-3-1 in the first half to the spread. Give me Rockets first half.
Okay. I'm going to lean under in this game for the total.
Even if the Clippers figure it out, and give me the Rockets first half.
I'll lean under on the total at 223.5, give or take. Houston's last couple of games, they've been fine for the most part defensively. We know at home they're a lot better defensively than on the road, but I just expect to see a bit of a physical game here. Dylan Brooks, can you please get a technical foul? I need 3 techs. You haven't gotten a tech in 3 weeks. It's driving me absolutely nuts. Can you please get me a technical foul? That's the last point I'll make.
Because we've now eclipsed our high for the show. We've never had 138 people watching us at one time. So
welcome, everybody.
Welcome all the new listeners. Welcome the old listeners. Appreciate everybody. Make sure you check us out on YouTube if you're on Twitter. YouTube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast, because the chat is going. The chat is going. But here's the question here. Dang, I forgot where I was going with this. I lost my train of
I don't know
thought.
where you're going with it either. So
I forgot where I was going with this.
did you want me to restate the
Oh,
parlay that I have?
Oh, yeah. That was it. Tell them the parlay that you have going, and what is the technical foul count for each player?
Okay, so I have Chris Paul to not score 30 points in a single game. That's probably going to cash. I have Luka over 12.5 techs. I already won that. That's already done.
Oh, are you serious?
That's already done. I have Brooks over 14.5 techs, and he's been stuck at 12 for 3 weeks. And it's driving me crazy. So I need 3 Brooks techs to win in the last 20 games. That's basically what I need.
Okay.
And Westbrook's injured. Westbrook fractured his hand, so he can't even yell at Dylan Brooks tonight, which is a pain in the ass. I got to figure out who Brooks is going to yell at, so we got to figure it out. But yeah, it's annoying because Amin Thompson keeps getting into like scuffles with people, and Brooks is nowhere to be found. Brooks is just not involved.
Cam Whitmore's getting into scuffles with everybody, and Brooks is
Dylan
just not
Brooks
helping
is just
out.
not there. Yeah, he's just not there.
Hey guys, hey, we should take it easy, guys. Let's calm down.
It's double text every game now, and Brooks is nowhere to be found. It's really driving me crazy. But yeah, I need 3 texts from Brooks moving forward, and we'll see what happens.
Well, they do have a game against the Warriors still.
I need 2 in one game. Draymond, I need him, and yeah.
You could double tech the Warriors. They do have a game against the Warriors still.
You're saying double tech. I'm saying I'd love it if Brooks got 2 techs in one game just from yelling at Draymond. 2 techs in one game would be exactly what I need.
Yeah, a double tech.
So,
is that not a double tech?
No, a double tech is when you have 2 separate players.
Okay, fine. Yeah, all right, fine. Wrong word. Okay. I didn't even think about the James Harden base.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about the James Harden angle. Yeah, he has been in Houston. How long has the Clippers been here?
Do you think James Harden goes clubbing before the game, after the game, or both?
Probably both. He knows.
He's got his jersey hanging from the rafters.
Does he really?
Yeah. A Houston strip club retired his
jersey.
Okay.
It's
hanging from the rafters. So I'm just saying, if you have a jersey retired in a strip club, you probably get half off everything. Just saying, you probably get a discount, maybe like a coupon punch it code, maybe maybe something. Harden's going to turn up, so we'll see what happens.
All right.
Nod's asking if that's a fade or if that's a backing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like it's a good thing for him. I don't know. I think it's actually a good thing for him, and he's been good recently. Like he really has. All right. 223.
I already leaned on it. So, no, I don't have much. Şengün, I don't mind, though, for either rebounds or PR. I'm not a Zubac guy. I'm not a Tice guy. Plumlee, I think's an abysmal player at this stage in his career. So, I think Şengün's in line for a good matchup.
Let's go.
And give me Brooks under for points again. Brooks under for points has been an absolute wagon for me. You can't even get on me for jinxing the guy because he had 0 points last game, and I gave out the under 12.5.
Hey man,
he had 0.
You're talking too much. It sounds like you're about to bet on the night. I just let the good mojo just flow through you.
I'm gonna keep letting it flow. Give me Brooks. Yeah. Give me Brooks the under half.
Let the good mojo. All right, James Harden's at 2.5 threes. I think that's too many. I think that's too little. He's gonna attempt like at least 5 to 7 step back threes in this game. And that's just step back threes. So, yeah, I'll take James Harden. That way I got to play a prop, and I got some type of. If I don't, I'm probably going to get down on that Houston first half bet, probably though.
I am really tempted by Norm Powell props because with Westbrook being out, isn't the ball going to be in his hands all the time with the bench unit now?
Yeah, it should be. I mean, unless it's like a they really like Amir Coffee, Terrence Mann. And stuff like that too. And Bones Highland got some burn. Got some burn too. So like, I think there's a situation. I think that's a solid play. I think that's a solid play, especially Norman Powell. He had because he missed. What was it? One of those threes towards the end of that game. He hit one, but he missed a couple of threes towards the end of that Milwaukee game that I can remember.
I think he finished with 6 threes in that game, though. I think he hit 6.
Yeah. So he should be rolling. I think
I
that's
want
a
to quickly just pull up. I don't see any lines on Brooks, but I like his under for points, obviously.
Why would he not have a line out?
I think
All right.
there is a line, but I tried to type it in, it wouldn't pop up. Okay, hang on a second. Brooks for points. Oh, it's going to be low. It is going to be low. It is at 9.5. It's at 9.5, but it was at like 12.5 yesterday. That kind of sucks. But yeah, I'm going to keep going with it.
And de-escalate Brooks as far as your book lets you. We're hitting the shoot on Brooks. Chat is hitting the shoot on Brooks today. I kind of like that. Hit the shoot on Brooks. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
First meeting this season, Brooks had 4 points against the Clippers. So yeah, I'll go with the under 9.5.
Is that going to make underdog? That's probably going to make underdog. That's probably going to make underdog.
Speaking of which, Munaf and I won our entry yesterday, and one of the legs we had was lower than. We had a lower than on Brooks, and that was the final leg. And Munaf is texting us, what are the chances Brooks scores like 13 points in the fourth quarter? I'm like, 0. What are you talking about? He's not scoring.
Yeah, they're not playing Boston. They're not playing Boston.
0. So, Brooks, thank you for doing nothing and cashing our underdog.
-3.5 for the Chicago Bulls on the road going to play the Utah Jazz. Utah Jazz opened up as a -3.5 home favorite, and it line completely flipped. 223.5 is the total. Injury report here, and this is the reason why the line flipped, because Lauri Markkanen is out. Walker Kessler is out. Otto Porter Jr. is not even with the team. Taylor Hendricks is injured. And Keontae George is questionable. We're getting back into this beat-up Utah Jazz team. For the Chicago Bulls, Torrey Craig is doubtful. Dalen Terry's questionable. No Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams. All right.
It's a flashback to last year where Utah started punting games because Markkanen's out. Having said that, do you really want to lay 3.5 for Chicago on the road? They had a very nice comeback against Sacramento. Props to them. They were down 20.
But they were a dog. We got them as a dog. And that was my dog of the day, by the way. Shout out to the Chicago Bulls. Didn't get to mention that. Shout out to the Chicago Bulls because I gave up on that bet.
As you should have, but they got there.
Hey, man, that's what I tell you. The reverse jinx only works when you're 100% committed. Like 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
It's got to be genuine.
Because I 100% gave up on that bet. I thought the Bulls had no shot, and I was quietly cursing them out in my head, saying I wasn't going to take them again. And here I am questioning taking the Bulls again because the Jazz are injured to hell. But the Jazz are a home dog. I really don't like laying points with the Bulls. It's a no bet for me, but if you got to pick a side, I'm taking the whole dog. Give me +3.5 with the Utah Jazz. And Casey has another Trendabot response for this one. His Trendabot says Utah Jazz as home dogs when the line is set at under 8 and the total is greater than 212, and that they lost the last game by less than 5. They're 25-4 ATS since 2017. So
when you're writing a paper and you're trying to reach the word count. It's not your fault. I know you're just copying it from a trend, but these trends are wild. Man. These trends are absolutely wild.
But all right, here's how I interpret that. So you almost won the last game. Like you were there. You almost won the last game. It came down to the last second. And then the next game, you're still a dog, but they think that you're in it. And they think it's gonna be it's a higher scoring game. This isn't a thing where it's gonna be like back in the 80s where it's gonna be a lower scoring game. It's a higher scoring game. Think you're in it, but you're a home dog, and you were almost close last time. So you almost got the win last time, but you're probably gonna go get the win or cover this time. I like that. I like that thought. Jazz +3.5.
I really want to take the Jazz, but I'm just looking at the starting lineup, and it looks a bit G League-ish. I mean, you got Colin Sexton, who we know can drop 30 in any given night. George is questionable. He's been pretty good the last couple of months, but I'm not sure if he's going to play in this game or not. But Markkanen's out. Kessler's out. Even Hendricks, the rookie, who's gotten some run recently, is out. Collins, we know, has been okay, not amazing. I'm going to trust Utah. They'll find a way. I'll back them in the Tabernacle. Give me Utah plus the 3.5.
Jordan Clarkson. It's going to be Jordan Clarkson.
Okay, that's fair.
It's going to be Jordan Clarkson. Alex Caruso is going to have his hand. Well, we'll see. Maybe Alex Caruso does pick up Jordan Clarkson, but when he comes on the court. But I think that Alex Caruso is going to have his hands full with Colin Sexton. Jordan Clarkson is going to get that. Oh, Caruso's out the game. All right, I'm about to come in and cook. And so I'm rolling with Jordan Clarkson today. I feel good about a good Jordan Clarkson today. His points prop is at, wow. Jordan Clarkson normally gets the starter bump where they have his points prop out before the rest of the backups, but they don't have his points prop out today. But it's probably going to be somewhere around 17 and a half.
They don't know if George is going to play, so he might start if George is out. I think that's why they're hesitating on Clarkson. But yeah, I have to like Drummond props in this game.
Oh,
Double-double.
yes. First certain.
I mean,
first certain.
I'm hoping he does not start because I want that boost off the bench. But Utah center core right now, you have John Collins as your starting center because Kessler's out. You have nobody. Drummond is going to be...
Hey, Bryce Sensabaugh. You got Bryce Sensabaugh.
But I'm saying, what's the weight difference between Drummond and the other centers on Utah's team? Like 70 pounds?
Let's play a game and figure it out. So if he draws Collins, he's at... Well, first, let's look at Drummond. Let's start looking at how...
I'll pull up Collins and you can pull up Drummond.
So Drummond is here at 6'11", 279. God damn.
They have Collins listed at 226. I don't buy that for a second. Guy looks like a twig. I think he's closer to like 215. But either way, point is Drummond's got him beat by like 40, 50 pounds.
As a fellow skinny guy, I resent that.
I said he's 6'9". You can tell from looking at him, Collins looks like he's pretty skinny.
Bryce Sensabaugh, 6'5", 235. You got Luka, who is 6'10", 227.
That is not Doncic, by the way. That is Simonic, I think.
Yeah, Simonic. No cap. Yeah. Wow.
Drummond really just has such a weight advantage really against everybody. Today. Yeah, he really should.
He should really get off. Hopefully they just give him the minutes. He just make sure he gets the minutes.
My point is, I don't know how many minutes he's going to need. He might end up walking into 12 rebounds in like 15 minutes.
Hopefully he doesn't get in foul trouble. That's all I ask. Just don't get in foul trouble.
Yeah. So
right.
I have to look at Drummond for this matchup.
Chat likes Desamu today.
Okay.
They're also saying the Bulls are 8-2 ATS in their last 10 road games. That's actually interesting. I didn't know that. I probably took a few L's in there too. So good call out there. I did not know that. Oh, is yours on it? Wait, is yours on?
I mean, yes and no, because he doesn't really ever play, but they might need him for this game.
Why would you not play him?
I think you have to.
Yurtseven here. If Yurtseven plays, I promise you I'm on his double-double.
He played 8 minutes last game. He had six rebounds in 8 minutes. So yeah, Yurtseven rebounds might be worth a look in this game if he ends up playing. So
if they dare offer me a prop on Yurtseven, I'm taking it. Like I don't think that anybody's bold enough to do it. Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure the rebounds, but the double-double would be very, very juicy. But I swear, I would 100%. Why would you not play him? Why would you not play him?
You don't have enough bodies, so I think he has to play. So
if they dare give me a prop on Yurtseven before the game, I'm 100% taking it. By the way, maybe I need to get on Cut and create a prop.
That might be the move moving forward, by the way.
Yeah.
They just don't have a player listed. Just go on Cut.
Yeah, let's go to Cut. Let's go to Cut and get one. All right. That's about enough of that game there. Next game on the docket, we have, the listenership count is just going up. 154. New record here. However, here, Golden State Warriors at home. Welcome to the Milwaukee Bucks. But Golden State opened up -2. They're currently -4. 227.5 is the total injury report for these two teams that we have for the Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis is questionable with that Achilles. Jay Crowder is probable. Marjon Beauchamp is probable. Chris Middleton's not playing. For the Golden State Warriors, Brandon Podziemski is not on the injury report. He's expected to play. Andrew Wiggins is also expected to play after being out for personal reasons. If you ask Laker Nation, they're going to tell you that Giannis is 100% going to sit this game against the Golden State Warriors today just so he can come back and dominate the Lakers the next game.
For the record, I think he will be sitting in this game. The thing is, I'm not sure he plays against the Lakers either. We mentioned it during the Eastern Conference win total, and I'm probably on the wrong side of leaning Bucks under. But I said Giannis has been healthy, and historically speaking, he gets hurt a lot, and he hurt his Achilles. So, an Achilles is a really dangerous injury to be trying to mess with because it can linger. You don't know if it can get worse or not. The point is, they stole a game against the Clippers. They probably should have lost the game. Kind of like my logic for the Knicks without Brunson yesterday. I thought they stole a game against Cleveland. Why would you rush him back? Wait and see what happens. Giannis is too valuable. The fact that you beat the Clippers means you're probably going to sit him in this game. Do we agree on that?
Yeah. Yeah,
the Lakers
maybe
will play.
Why can't you do it again?
I'm saying the Lakers, he might miss that game too. We'll see. An Achilles issue with Giannis, who's missed a bunch of games the last couple of years, they should be extra careful with him. So that's how I look at it. I'm going to lean Golden State at home, but
when's the last time we've seen Giannis miss like a bunch of games in a row?
I mean, you go through, it wasn't this year. This year he's been healthy. That's, once again, why I thought that he was kind of overdue to miss some games. But I can pull up the Giannis injury history. He tends to miss at least like 10 games, 15 games every year for the last couple of years. So I'll pull it up. But I'm surprised you're not all over Golden State in this game. The first game after you get blown out by like 50 on national TV, I thought you'd be all over Golden State.
Well, I didn't say I wasn't on Golden State.
Okay.
We're still talking about the Giannis. I have to figure out if Giannis is playing, and
I don't think.
I don't think he is either. I thought that this was going to be a wash game too. So now we have potentially, but here's the thing, Dame. This helps Dame more than anybody.
Yeah.
Because now he doesn't have to worry about Giannis' big ass in the fucking way.
Well, and Bobby Portis, but yes. Mostly Lillard, because he has the ball in his hands all the time. By the way, I pulled up the injury history for Giannis. He's missed at least 15 games in, I forgot what year the COVID year was. That was 1920 or that was 2021? That was 1920, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if that's the case, he's missed at least 15 games in 4 straight seasons.
Yeah, I remember because he got hurt his knee. I was pushing for LeBron MVP as soon as he hurt his knee because I was like LeBron, and then freaking COVID. If I still stay up, if COVID did not happen, LeBron would have won MVP because the Lakers were second in the West. LeBron was absolutely dominating at that point. Like, and then COVID happened, then it goes to the bubble, and of course it goes to Giannis. But if it was no COVID, LeBron would have had another MVP, man.
The point is he misses 15 plus games a season for the last couple of years. That's my point.
So ultimately, you look at the last 5 games that these teams have played. The home team won every game, and they covered all but one. The home team covered all but one too. The only one that they didn't cover was when Milwaukee was somehow, well, not somehow, because it is somehow. What was going on? What was going on in January that Milwaukee was 13.5-point favorites to the Warriors? What happened in that game? What was going on? I forgot. Who was that? Because where are you 13.5-point favorites at?
Well, the leading scorer was Kuminga, so I don't know if that means Curry played or not.
So the starting lineup was
Curry did not play. Curry sat out.
Yeah, it was Saric, Thompson, Wiggins, Loney, and Podziemski. Podziemski had 23.
Yeah. So no Curry. That's why the spread was that big.
He had 23 in that game. Interesting. Yeah, 23.
Fun fact, by the way, Golden State led at the half in that game, which is pretty random, but still.
It just feels like, yeah, I guess I'll roll with the public.
I'm gonna go with Golden State.
Yeah, Golden State really should bounce back. They really should have a really.
They lost by 52 on national TV. They better show up at home for this game.
I'm just concerned that this is a Dame opportunity to just go nuclear again. And I think that's probably my quote-unquote edge to that is to be on Dame props, because now that Giannis is out of his way and he can do everything he wanted, he had 40.
Yeah.
40. This is the Dame that we was missing. What is Dame's points prop? It can't be high enough. It cannot be high enough today.
I got to assume it's high 20s, low 30s,
25
probably
and
high
a half.
20s.
25 and
It
a
actually
half.
is a bit lower. I thought it was going to be 27.5 if I had to guess. Okay.
Dame's gonna show up, and Steph is probably still gonna get the win, but Dame's gonna show up. Dame over 25 and a half. Ladder that, or do we want to ladder the threes? Maybe we do the threes. What is threes? Is at 2.5? What?
Just 2.5.
What?
Yeah,
Minus 160.
I mean, that means you can still bump it up. I mean, 4.5
Yeah.
threes will probably get you a decent payday.
Yeah. What? Hell yeah.
Let me
I'm
see what I
laddering
can
the threes.
find.
I'm laddering the threes.
Okay.
So
if you were looking to ladder it, 3.5, the over is plus 190. 4.5 threes for Dame, the over is plus 480. Plus 480.
Hey man,
Dame 5 threes? 480?
For no Giannis to be there to ruin things, for him to have the ultimate green light. I don't know, man. I think that's. Let's look at the last few times that. Wait, what? Have they not? Is that can't be right?
By the way, if you were wondering, Dame has made at least 3 threes in 5 straight. He's made at least 4 threes in 3 of 5. So he has not gotten to 5. He seems to top out at 4, but still, that's plus 190.
Dame hasn't played against Steph since 2021.
He had some injury. You had some injuries in there.
Yeah, but it just never clicked. Like they haven't played since 2021.
That sounds.
He said
like it sounds hard to believe, but I can understand that.
2 for 7 from 3, 3 for 10 from 3, 6 from 10 from 3, 4 for 12 from 3 in his last 5 games versus Steph. He's been over 2.5 in 4 of the last 5, and as you can see, ladder potential there. And I truly think he's going to get he should have the green light. He should have the ultimate green light with no Giannis in the lineup, because we fully expect Giannis not to play.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I'm laddering Dame threes. That's pretty much sold on me. I'm laddering Dame threes today. It's been a long time since those two played each other. I did not realize that's a pretty 2021. Yeah,
It's a long time.
All right. I support all Dame Steph parlays today. I saw the chat talking about it earlier. I support all Dame Steph parlays. I did say every time I look, Dame is having a bad shooting night, but Giannis is not there anymore. And then Giannis was not there and he had 40. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep rolling with Dame with no Giannis.
I'm not automatically penciling Dame in to have a monster game because he's had a hard time stringing great games back to back. But having said that, 3.5 threes at 190 and 4.5 at basically 5 to 1. I recognize value what's there. Like those prices are off. No matter what I think about Dame.
Dame can send me to the promised land today. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dame can really send me to the promised land today. Looking at these numbers. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else? We're on Golden State.
I mentioned Bobby Portis. I think he might get a double-double in this game, but that's basically it. Can I get the technical fouls between Draymond, Beverly, and Bobby Portis? Is there a prop market on that? Put it on cut. We'll see what happens.
Put it on cut and let's get it.
At some point, Beverly's shoving Steph. I don't know when it's going to happen, but he's going to shove him at some point.
If I said that this game had over 2.5 techs, feels like a lot, but it actually kind of isn't. 2.5 techs.
I'll ask you this: if you had to price Patrick Beverly technical foul tonight, what would the S be? Minus 300? Minus 200? He's getting one. Like, I'm just asking. What would you price that at for the yes? You know Beverly's going to be talking shit to Steph and even Clay the entire game. That's why I'm asking. What would the price be on that?
I think you're selling him a little short.
You think it should be like minus 500?
Minus 500.
Yeah, he's getting a tech. It's going to happen.
I was going to say,
it's going to happen.
Like, I was trying to play devil's advocate, but man. There's too many people on the other side, man. Because Steph talked too. Like, people try to put Steph in this goody-goody two-shoes thing. Steph talks just as much as Draymond. He just doesn't get caught.
To be fair, when you're the best shooter of all time, you can say whatever you want at that point. But yes.
OKC. On the road, going to play Portland. Portland open up +9 at home.
Oh God, I forgot we got Chris Paul, Patrick Beverly. Oh God.
Oh yeah,
there are so many technical foul opportunities for Beverly in this game.
Wow,
I forgot.
2.5 might have actually. 2.5 might have actually and let's not let's not discredit Steve Kerr being able to step in there and get a tech too now.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
2.5 might have been short. Wow, I might
That's a
need to bump
fun
that number
market
up.
that you can offer on cut, but I'm just saying technical fouls might be a very, very fun type of prop market to build on that one.
Minus 13.5 for OKC here on the road playing Portland. 224 is the total injury report. And we have Jalen Williams, J Will, not J Dub. J Will is out. And for the Trailblazers, you have Jeremy Grant questionable, Matisse Thybulle questionable, Timoni Cameras questionable, DeAndre Ayton is doubtful, no Scoot Henderson, no Malcolm Brogdon, no Shady and Sharp.
So let me get this straight. Portland got 34 and 14 from Simons.
Oh, that's a great question. I'm sorry.
They got 34 and 14 from Simons. They got basically 26, 28 points from Duop Reith. And to miss the opening tip-off, and he only scored 13 points. And you still lose the game? How do you lose that game? Simons and Reith combined for 60-plus points, and you still lose. Portland invents ways to lose games, man. I don't know how they pull that off. Like, that's crazy. By the way, you have Capers as the main ref for the Bucks game.
Foster's
I was hoping
in
it was going to
Philly.
be Foster. Foster's in Philly, so yeah.
Yeah, Foster is in Philly today. I was literally just looking it up. Oh man,
I just can't get over
played a ref
Portland.
game in a while. We might have to start bringing the ref games back.
Simons had 14 assists. He never passes the ball. Reith got you 28 points. Ant gave you 13 against you, and you still lose the game? Portland, come on. Portland, I know you're bad. You can't be that bad. I got to lean to OKC. I just think OKC, after getting killed by San Antonio last game.
But they covered the spread.
I know, but I'm saying you should win that game.
But they covered the spread. So, I mean, if they literally do the exact same thing here, you win your bet.
I get it. I'm just saying Portland basically had a dream game based on script, and they still managed to lose. I got to go with OKC. You got buried by San Antonio in your last game. I'm hoping for a focused OKC effort to get back on track.
That wasn't their last game.
I thought it was.
A few games ago. No, that was a few games ago. They played the Suns
against San Antonio.
You talking about Portland? I mean, you talking about
no. I
right?
talking about OKC.
Yeah, but you're talking about OKC right now. OKC's played 2 games.
They played sorry, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they played the Lakers. I was confusing losses.
Yeah, that was my L on Monday.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, I'm confusing some games. They got buried by the Lakers in that game. It was 12. It could have been a lot more. They were not close in that game throughout. The point is, after a loss like that, I'm hoping for a much better effort from OKC. I like getting OKC off a loss. And I'll tell you what, Denver, if they would have won that game against Phoenix last night, they would have been the number 1 seed. They lost. OKC is still fighting for that 1 seed. I think they're motivated. Give me OKC. So I think they get the job done.
If I take OKC, I'm probably just going to take them early. I don't think I want to play around with the whole game. And I'll lay the points. Like, it's Shea and OKC. Like, that's the auto bet for
awful
me.
Loss.
It's always been. Yeah, an awful loss. Like, even more. So I've always kind of just blindly taken OKC. But it is a lot of points. And I will admit that Portland does find ways to take these large point spreads and be competitive. And so if I play OKC, I'll probably have a first quarter line on them. Something like that. Maybe even a first quarter Shea. I might just go all in on the first quarter. First quarter Shea. Shea has like because he was really, really struggling against the Lakers that game. And things should be a lot easier for him this time around. So I could see Shea with the first quarter, 12, 13 points. And they go up, close to 10 in that quarter. And then it starts to look really, really ugly. And we'll see if the Portland Trailblazers come back. So, yeah, if I play OKC, it's probably going to be something early and get in and out my money really quickly.
I wouldn't mind a wire-to-wire bet. I got to see what the price is, but OKC to lead after basically every quarter.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be up by a lot early, and I think they're going to coast. So, yeah.
All right. 224. Any other player props? I'm on Shea. Like, you ain't got
I got to see what Shea's number is. Shea at 35. He broke the cycle. I got to see what the points prop is for Shea in this game. I don't see any props for Portland, by the way. So I got nothing on that.
Yeah, probably not. Ayton is doubtful, JR. So Reith would be and he said Reith double too. So yeah, Reith would be the look for the rebounds prop today because again, even though the 31 NERT was crazy, and AD still was pretty good on the borders. I don't think he ended up hitting the prop, but he still had I think he had 11 or 12. So Reith could 100% rack up and get at least 10 plus rebounds today.
Shea's prop
comes out.
Shea's prop is exactly where I don't want it to be. It's a 31.
31 and a half.
Yeah, it's exactly where I don't want it to be. So I don't think I can take that.
No, you see, Scott, you're not thinking outside of the box here. This is what you do. You take the over 31 and a half, and then you go and you find a book anywhere, anybody. I know somebody's willing to do it, and you bet Shea to have exactly 31. He either goes over.
I saw somebody had that actually. They took the 30 plus and they took an alt point total and they parlayed the middle and it got there in one game.
Do it.
But
so
no, my concern is a blowout. My concern is if OKC just kills them and Shea doesn't even get there because they're up by 30 in the third quarter. That's my concern.
He's good, but he gives you 30 in 3 quarters. He's good enough to give you 30 in 3 quarters. He gets 31 exact or he goes over. It's no in between.
I don't really have any props. Yeah, I don't have much.
No, so we hit on everything. It's Shea for me, and it's Duop Reith.
Give me Chet blocks. That's a prop I'll go with. Portland's going to keep trying him at the rim because they're just a dumb basketball team. So yeah, give me Chet blocks.
All right, let's see here. Adam said that he bet 31 exactly the other day. When he got 35, and it was
14 to 1 on 31.
14 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What? I mean, so by the way, if you don't know, Shea has scored exactly 31 points in 20% of his games this year.
Which is so funny, by the way.
Imagine hitting 14 to 1 20% of the time. I don't know what that ROI is, but
you'd retire. I mean, that's what the ROI is. But all right, we got one game left.
Sacramento Kings are on the road going to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers are laying 2 up. Well, no, they opened up laying 2. They're now at 2.5. 238.5 is the total injury report for these two teams. And we have for the Sacramento Kings, Sasha Vitsikov is out. Nothing else to report. For the Lakers, a little bit of a different story. LeBron James is questionable with an ankle injury.
When is he never questionable? He's questionable every game.
You're right. Anthony Davis is probable with an Achilles. Cam Reddish is probable with an ankle. No Christian Wood. No Jeremy Vanderbilt. No Gabe Vincent. Wait. Colin Castleton? Why is Colin Castleton's name up here?
He was on the Summer League team. I think he might have played a game or two. He was good in Florida. That counts.
I did not know he. Oh, man. I can't wait till he joins the TBT. He's going to be so great when he joins the TBT.
I'll bet on Edie in the TBT in like 3 years.
Edie's gonna be amazing when he joins the TBT.
He's gonna be so good in that.
Oh, he's gonna be so good. And the thing is, we're not gonna have to wait long. It's gonna be like 2-3 years. He's gonna be playing for them.
A part of me thinks Edie might actually hang. Wait,
sorry. The Mackey TBT team is really good too.
Yeah, because they have all the size. I'm sure like Caleb Swanigan and all those guys are still there. Isaac Haas, who I still remember. Every 7-footer who ever played went to Purdue, but. You might end up seeing him stay in the league. He might have a Boban type career to him. He's just a good teammate. They just keep him around for
what I will say, and I will admit when I'm wrong, Luka Garza is still technically in the league. So
he's still on Minnesota, or he's been jumping. I forgot.
I'm pretty sure he's still on Minnesota.
Okay, might just be a good teammate.
Yeah, possibly. But 100% TBT, 100%.
At some point.
I bet you he spends more years in college than he does in the league before he joins TBT. That
sounds about right. So.
All right.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot. Swanigan passed away. My bad. Forgot about that.
Dang
I forgot about that. That was a couple of years ago. Yes, forgot about that. Good call. My bad.
Let's go back to the NBA, man. You just made it dark.
I forgot. I'm sorry.
We got all these new people listening to us.
I was such a fan of him at Purdue. I just forgot. Yeah, it sucks. I forgot. My bad.
Right. Oh, I hate picking this game.
Well, the Kings have done well historically. I think the Kings have won 6 of 7 against the Lakers. But I'm going to ask you, the Lakers have been great at home. They're, I think, 22-10 at home. And we've seen them play good basketball. They lost that one game recently to Denver in a game that was a game that they could have won. That was a very close game late. Then Denver blew it open in the final 5 minutes. But we've seen the Lakers hang in there against great teams. The Kings blew a 22-point lead at home to the Bulls. Do you think that lingers? Is that something that can like carry over into this game? It might. And I don't like the Kings anyway. I think they're a psycho team. So, you have any thoughts?
Yeah. I'm just continue to do what I do with the Lakers and fade them against teams above 500. I'm up money and up units by just fading this Lakers team against teams above 500 right now. And you know what? I don't think I really want to change it because I actually really don't like either one of these teams, and I don't like really backing either one of these teams unless I have a really, really great situational spot. Like that Minnesota game was just a really, really great spot to back Sacramento. But as you saw with the Bulls game right after, it didn't look good. So if we're alternating good and bad games with the Sacramento Kings, then I guess that they're due for a good game here. I'll take the Kings plus 2.5, but it's not my more confident play today.
Yeah, I'm just going to lean Lakers at home. It's going to come down to the wire probably, but the Kings are bad in the fourth quarter of games too. So like at least the Lakers I've seen show life in the fourth quarter. They had that comeback win against the Clippers. They've had moments here. Fox played one game in the last week. He came back last game, so maybe Russ will be a factor there. I just think the Lakers at home are a different animal, so to speak, right now. I think they'll be motivated for this game. I'm going to lean to the Lakers.
Casey has another crazy trend for us. Road teams who lost their previous game at home and are on 2+ days rest, and the spread is less than 7, are 52, 17, and 2 since the beginning of 2023. I feel like we used this. Casey, didn't we use this one for somebody on Monday? Was this not what we used for the Bulls to give us the Bulls play? I feel like that's the same trend that we used on the Bulls play on Monday. I'm not certain if it is, but I think that is. And so,
but I'm also confused. He said on 2+ days of rest, but the Kings are not. The Kings are not on a 2+ days of rest. They played Monday.
Yeah.
So that's 1 day of rest.
So that
isn't that 1 day of rest? That's just
that's
Tuesday.
1 day of rest. Yeah, that's 1 day of rest.
So we're tossing that trend in the garbage.
Yeah, we are. But I'm pretty sure that's the trend we use for the Bulls on Monday. Like I'm almost positive that's the same trend we use for the Bulls on Monday.
All right. Casey, I'm saying I don't think it does apply to it doesn't apply to the Kings. They don't have 2 days off of rest. They have 1 day off of rest. That's the point I'm trying to make. That the math doesn't check out on that. Unless the Kings played on Sunday, which I don't think they did.
No, they played on Monday. We bet them.
Yeah, so that's 1 day of rest.
Yeah, that's 1 day of rest.
So that trend doesn't apply. Okay.
I'm still taking.
I'm just making sure. Yeah.
I'm still taking teams here. All right. 238.5 is total. Over.
I actually looked it up. Last 10 games, the Lakers, number 2 in offensive rating. Kings, number 6. So, yeah, I like the over. I would not have expected the Lakers at number 2, but that's where we're at. So, yeah, I like the over in this game.
I feel like I made that point earlier when I was talking about somebody who was playing a bunch of teams that were good at scoring. But, yeah, like it's – and plus these games tend to be, like, typically high-scoring games. Like I remember, I think last year one of the highest totals of the season was the Lakers and Kings game. If I'm not right, or if I'm correct, I think it was last year that like they had an incredibly high total, and it was like, dang, that's one of the highest totals of the year. But yeah, I'm with you. Over 238.5. Give me a. I don't need a team total. Just give me the full game over. I don't need teams over this one. All right, player props. We talked about it way earlier in the show.
An hour ago.
Like an hour
Angelo
ago.
Russell. Give me the over.
He's been really good, man. He's been really good. If D'Angelo Russell did this in the playoffs last year, the Lakers are in the finals.
Yeah, the issue was he couldn't stay on the floor defensively. But looking at
and then when he was on the floor, he couldn't hit the broad side of a barn.
A reminder, though, I cashed.
What did you say? Can't hit the water from a boat?
Couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. I cashed every PRA under on D'Lo that entire series, and the only sad part was the series is only 4 games. That was the sad part, but I went 4-0 on those plays. But D'Lo PA has been very good at 23.5. The over is -110. He's gone over in 9 of 10. He's gone over in, I believe, 17 of 20, I think. And if you look at the head-to-head...
I think this run started around his birthday.
It started when he was rumored to get traded about a month and a half ago. That's when he decided to play himself off of the trade block, and he's been good, but he's gone over in 17 of 20, gone over in 2 straight against the Kings, and we know the Kings defensively are a mess. So, yeah, I'll take D'Lo over the 23.5 PA.
It's all good, Casey. It's all good. And shout out to Step Back Jay. Talking about he rocked with us during WNBA season, and he used our code on some wrestling tickets a few months back. I'm pretty sure that's the Game Time code he used and on the wrestling tickets. I'm curious what wrestling event he went to.
It doesn't matter what wrestling event he went to. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. There you go. That's all I got. I can throw in old rock quotes. That's all I got. So,
oh, man.
It's better than nothing.
All right. Play props. We said D'Lo. We say I'm gonna be on Fox. Fox cooks the Lakers. I'm pretty sure.
He does.
I auto bet Fox against the Lakers. What's the numbers? Let me pull the numbers up. But I know for a fact I auto bet Fox against the Lakers.
All right. Well, you pull that up. I hope AD put together a good showing here. I think he should. Fox's numbers against the Lakers are crazy.
I hope AD puts together a good showing. All right, last few games for Fox against the Lakers, and he had 28, 5-5. He had 37, 4-8, 31, 3-6, 34, 2-9, 22, 4-6, 32, 7-12. And I honestly keep going. I'm not gonna lie. I just chose to stop. I could keep going. Yeah, I auto bet Fox against the Lakers, so I'm on De'Aaron Fox today.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, Sabonis, if you want, do you want to back Sabonis at all for like RA, rebounds, anything?
Yeah, I think a RA or just an assist prop would be maybe a RA though. I'd probably get down on RA for Sabonis, something like that.
All right.
Maybe not the scoring though. I really do think that AD can, play both sides of the court and give him some issues scoring the basketball. But yeah, RA, I like RA for Sabonis as well. I can play that. What's that lineup actually? Probably like 18.5, is it?
Yeah, give or take.
I feel like it would be something like that. Let's see.
I'm also kind of tempted by Reeves' threes. He's made at least 2 threes in 8 of the last 10, and his line's at 1.5 at -110. That Reeves threes one looks a bit low. And the Kings are not good at defending the 3 ball, so that's tempting too.
21.5 for rebounds and assists for Sabonis. So they're, yeah.
It's juiced, but
that makes
yeah.
sense.
Okay.
That makes sense. All right, bless Scott, do you want to go over or under on Harrison Barnes points prop of 10.5 tonight?
Let me just pull up the game log for Barnes. I'm automatically considering the under, but I have to just look at it. He's going under in 3.
Because we broke another record. We're at 189. For the people that have not been here, Scott has very, very bad luck with the Harrison Barnes unders. If he calls for an under, our constituents have all agreed. We have not told them. They all agreed that they're fading Scott whenever he gives a Harrison Barnes under.
I think
I don't know
have
what
to
his record is.
Yeah,
but it's not good.
Well, it was decent to start the year. Then I was way off on like one game, and then after that, everyone just thinks it's really bad. But the point is, I am only an under on Barnes at 10.5. He's gone under in 3 of the last 4. The only exception, he scored 14 in 41 minutes against the Timberwolves. He's been averaging like 20-something minutes a game.
So he
played, yeah, it went to overtime, but he played 2 times his average playing time over the last week in one game, and he went over by 3. So if you're assuming he plays 20 minutes and change, he has gone under. I'm going to lean under. That's how I'm looking for Barnes.
And this sounds like a legit under. This isn't just a Scott just saying under.
No. I actually would look at the under in this game. So you can all bet the over if you want. We'll see what happens.
I think I'm going to be. I'm so curious on how this turns out. It would be so funny.
If Barnes goes for 20, I'm going to laugh, but it is what it is.
That's why I stopped betting people, man. Because whenever I recommend, there's some players that whenever I recommend, they just choose not to do it. So I just give up.
I have been pivoting though. I have pivoted to Dylan Brooks and some other guys. So it used to be every center. It was centers mostly. That's how this started. Last year, I couldn't pick an under for a center to save my life. We've kind of pivoted more to forward.
Kyle Lowry's at 10.5 too. I think Kyle Lowry's at 10.5 too.
Lowry's in a weird spot though. He had 14 points last game. He's starting now. It's a little bit of a weird spot for Lowry. That Lowry playoff game though is one of the all-time dumbest losses I've ever had. Give out an under. He scored 33 points. I don't know what the hell happened in that.
Kyle Lowry's at 12.5. Does that make you feel any better?
No, because he had 14 in the last game. No, Lowry, I'm done with. I've tried.
You think
I've
he's going to
tried.
do it twice in a row? He's going to do it twice in a row? Come on, Scott.
He's absolutely right.
I'll
Yeah,
take the
yeah.
Kyle Lowry
Yeah,
under,
okay.
Scott. I'll do it. I'll do
All
it
right,
for
that's
you,
fine.
Scott. I'll take the
All
Kyle
right,
Lowry
cool.
under. He's at 12.5. When do we ever see Kyle Lowry at 12.5 points? Come on now. For the
I'm trying
guy
to think
that
if there's any
said he doesn't care if he gets a triple-double, and if he's one stat away, he's not going to go hunting for it. Come on now. Take the
fair. I mean, the point is, though, Philly, they have to manufacture offense. I'm not going to get back into the Philly game, but I'm going to pass on Lowry for now.
All right. Let's get into our lock dog portion, and we'll drop that underdog line up here and get the people out of here. We've been going for 90 minutes. So, for my lock. Really do like Memphis. Atlanta is a great. I feel like I'm more just fading Atlanta rather than just taking them.
That still works. That counts the same. The enemy of my
Yeah.
enemy is my friend.
Because they're laying points here. I wish I had a line on Dean Wade. I would lock that up. I would lock that up right now. I would lock it up right now if I had a line on Dean Wade. I might actually go to a player prop. Let's go with Afro-Man, man. Afro-Man over 12.5 rebounds at plus 100. Even money.
Okay.
He's so good, man. He's so good. Oh, yeah. It's 192 people here. Video. I'm not about to talk about this anymore if y'all not liking this. Well, it's also a bunch of people on Twitter. So, like, okay, I kind of get it.
Can you like it on Twitter? Like, the likes don't carry over, right? It's not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it.
So.
Yeah, I don't think it works like that. But still, it better be 76 likes there when I go check that YouTube for all 78 people that are in the YouTube chat. But all right, I'm sorry. Back to the lock. There's not too many times that I go to player prop, but I don't think I can ignore that we're getting the greatest part of Afro-Man here when everybody just gets out of his way and he can just go dominate. I kind of want to do the points and rebounds too because he was scoring. He was getting 20 and 12, 20 and 13, stuff like that when everybody was out. Now we're not expecting to see Mobley, no Donovan Mitchell. Dean Wade is going to be a shell of himself this game. So the option continues to go back to Jared Allen. Jared Allen is going to be dominant on the boards. I think he'll score also, but we're going to stick with the rebounds prop for this one. So Jared Allen, over 12.5 rebounds, even money. That's my lock. For my dog. Utah is in there. Oh, no. Let's run Memphis back.
And what's the price on that?
Plus 180.
Okay. I thought about Memphis
Plus 180.
too, so that eliminates an option.
Yeah, I mean, Philly can't defend. Without Tyrese Maxey, I'm questionable if they can even score. And now they're playing a legit top 10 defense in the league, regardless of who's playing for them. They're consistently a top 10 defense in the league. I've been holding teams to low points totals. Jaren Jackson Jr. might be back. Jaren Jackson Jr. gives you random 30, 40-plus games. So there's a chance that he gives this Memphis team some life offensively. Yeah, give me Memphis to get it done again and spoil a bad one for Philly in a game that people probably think Philly's going to bounce back for losing to the Nets. But we got to remember, they just lost to the Nets yesterday. That's really, really bad. So, yeah, I'll take Memphis. Plus 180 on the money line.
All right. So for my lock, am I going to go back to D'Lo? I might actually go back to D'Lo here. Then again, I took Olynyk over half a three yesterday, and that cash when they were down 37 points. So I kind of like the idea of keep going with like low numbers that might cash in like one play. But I think I have to go with D'Lo here. I'm going to go with D'Lo over 23.5 points and assists at minus 110. Gone over in 9 of 10. Gone over in 17 of 20. He's been good against the Kings historically. The total's around 240, and D'Lo is going to be a pretty solid scoring option for this team. Yeah, give me D'Lo over 23.5 PA as my lock. For my dog, I know they're on a back-to-back. You can argue it's a bad scheduling spot, but Houston, we know Houston is Harden's, coming home party, which means he might be in the club. So I'll take Houston money line in this game. I just don't trust the Clippers enough based on current form. I mean, Houston's been so good at home. Getting 6.5, it's plus 220.
I did not think that's where you was going with this. I'm not gonna lie, I did not.
I wasn't going to initially, but it's plus 220 for a 21-10 team at home.
Yeah,
plus 220 is a great price.
Yeah, you're right.
I got to take 220. Give me Houston money line.
I love it. I love it. 100%. Screw the Clippers. All right. Let's get an underdog lineup, and then let's get the people out of here. Wow, I'm pulling up underdog. Make sure you join us. Well, join us every day, but make sure you're 100% here next Monday when North Carolina sports betting goes live in North Carolina, a whole nother state sports betting. We're getting closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to where we want to be at as a nation. A bunch of DJs. Shout out to everybody that made this possible. I will.
You're telling me that there is legalized North Carolina betting right before the NCAA tournament?
The only part that I think that they folded with making it the 11th is that we literally just missed Duke, North Carolina.
Yeah.
It's on Saturday. We literally just missed that game.
Yeah.
So I still will be taking the 45-minute drive to Virginia to put the bet in. But yeah, 100%. All right. Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
No, it's fine. We're all degens here.
It's technically legal. I'm in the state. I just drove 45 minutes to get there. All right.
Yeah, that's a common thing. That's not illegal. It's fine.
You know, my memory is terrible. I know we said we already were locking somebody in for underdog. Who did we say? Dylan Brooks. It was Dylan Brooks.
It was at 9.5, but yeah, I'll keep riding it. Once again, he helped cash the entry yesterday, so I'll run it back.
Dylan Brooks, lower 9.5 points. Let's see. What else do we like today? Afroman. Let's go get Afroman in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. There we go. Higher 12 rebounds for Afroman today. And
it's 12. It's not even 12.5. Okay, cool.
And then D-Lo?
Sure.
Easy enough. D-Lo. Higher 18. Wait, we're doing the points?
We can do whatever you want. It's fine. I mean, if he's getting 23.5 PA, that means he's going to get 18 points. So it's fine.
Wow, they made his 2.5 3-pointers like minus. Yeah, they got a minus price there because it's higher 0.85x. So that would actually bring you down. That's interesting. All right, 18.5 for D-Lo. So we have Dylan Brooks, lower 9.5 points. Jared Allen, higher 12 rebounds. And D'Angelo Russell, higher 18.5 points. That is 6-1 on underdog. Make sure you tap in. That is a 6-1 entry on underdog. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. If you don't have Underdog Fantasy, underdogfantasy.com or Underdog Fantasy app, make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. You see it at the top right of the screen. Make sure you give us a follow also on X. It's a bunch of people watching on X. Make sure you follow. If you're following, you're obviously following our accounts, but if you're not following our accounts, follow our accounts. He's at Reichel Radio. I'm at really real __. Make sure you follow that NBA account at SGPN NBA. And Scott, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
No, shout out to the 190 plus people that tuned in.
Yeah, 197, I think, is where I saw the max at. Appreciate everybody. 197, that's a brand new high for us. We're going to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Other than that, make sure for everybody, make sure you like the video on the way out. If you're not subscribed on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. Give us a like, give us a comment, all of that stuff in there. And give us a 5-star rating and review wherever you get your podcast. Apple, Spotify, doesn't matter. 5-star rating and review. Appreciate everybody here hanging out with us for almost 2 hours of work. A lot of content, a lot of intel, and a lot of laughs. So appreciate that. Other than that, I have nothing else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just going to end it like this. We are out of here.